3. 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Greyhound Trader Sales here at Sheffield. In trial 2, trap 2, Hoffer Epic has been withdrawn in season, but will be presented on the bench, I'm told. Obviously will not trial. Also in trial 2, Unimary will be moved to trial 18 and run from trap 2 in trial 18. So trial 2 now is cancelled. In trial 3, Mustang Male and Mustang Shark, there was a problem with the paperwork. They've not arrived, and trial 3 will be cancelled. Moving on through the card. And we go to trial 12. Sporting Venus and Sporting Boogie, the traps will now be swapped. So Sporting Boogie will run from 2, Sporting Venus will run from 5. Greyhounds are in the boxes for this first trial. Magical Boss in 3, Magical Samba in 5. Stand by. And away we go. Fairly level line. Magical Boss just with a narrow call into the turn from Magical Samba. And it's Magical Boss now going on by about a length, climbing all over the back of that rival, though his Magical Samba just can't get a clear passage. Now starts to pick up and challenge again at the third turn. Magical Boss kicking on now, a length and a half clear from Magical Samba. As they come off the last turn now, Magical Boss extending into a 2-length lead and up towards the line will go and score nicely in the end. Determined effort from Magical Boss, fending off the attentions of Magical Samba in the first trial of the day. The result. And Dusty Dinner is by Crossfield Dusty out of Enable and April 23 with 2 marks, 2 wins at Limerick on his card. Just moving on to some of the alterations just to finish off. Trial 18, we mentioned that lot 4 Una Mary will move into trap 2 in that trial. Ladies Man has been withdrawn from the sale, and trap 5 Between the Lines will run against Una Mary in trial 18. Also in trial 19, Boiled Up the Bacon has been withdrawn, and in trap 3 in that trial now will be lot 40 in Spiral, who's come from the next trial. So lot 40 in Spiral will run from trap 3 in trial 19, and Crikey will move from 5 into box 6. And in trial 20, that's now been cancelled because Bitview Bella has been withdrawn, and we've just told you that in Spiral will move to the trial 19 trap 3. So they're the alterations. A few withdrawals and in season, and a few alterations. We'll reiterate those as we go through the trial session today. Next trial though will be trial 4 on your cards. Bada Ball Moly in 1 and Dusty Dinny in 5. So the Greyhounds are going in for our next trial, which was trial 4 on your cards. It's actually now trial 2, a second of the day. Hare runs in. Bounder Bowler Moley in 1 and Dusty Dinny in 5. And away we go. It's a fairly level line leaving the gates. Coming across though and showing early pace is Dusty Dinny into the first. Dusty Dinny now goes on and shoots around about 4 lengths clear. Nice bit of acceleration there from Dusty Dinny. Bounder Bowler Moley is around about 5 lengths back in second now as they reach the third turn. And Dusty Dinny, with those 2 impressive wins on his card at Limerick already, spins off the last bend with around about a 4-length advantage. Dusty Dinny going on to score nicely from Bounder Bowler Moley. Yeah, just watching around to drop there, and she is staying on nicely there, Bounder Bowler Moley. Stays the trip very, very well indeed. Next trial is trial 3. It was 5 on your card originally, with 2 Fastnet Fantasy and 5 is Easy Nancy. It runs. Lids rise and away we go. The first to show is Fastnet Fantasy. Leads into the turn in front of Easy Nancy, who's just a length behind now, looking for a route past, coming out the second bend. Fastnet Fantasy down the far side, kicks on a length and a half clear from Easy Nancy, who's going to have another go now around the outside at the third turn, and now pokes ahead in front. Easy Nancy now going on, kicking away, 2 lengths clear, coming off the last turn, and Easy Nancy, full of stamina here, runs right away from her rival Fastnet Fantasy, could offer no more. So contrasting styles there. Fastnet Fantasy, early zip, didn't quite come home. Easy Nancy, stayed on nicely. And track 5 is good, good, good. Good Hermes, no marks on the card, a May 23 pup. He's by Ballahimmakin Jet out of Charming Pet. A couple of marks on the card for good, good, good. One at I had a solo at Clonmel, I should say, and was beaten at Kilkenny. Ballahimmakin Jet, Billy's Diva, so nicely bred. Pair here. Hare runs for trial 4. And away we go, and a good start from good, good, good on the outside. And now steering a wide course, comes across and leads by around about a length and a quarter, coming out the second bend from Good Hermes. Down the back straight, good, good, good. Steering a middle to wide course now, leaves a seam up on the inside, and a good burst of middle gears now for Good Hermes to come through and challenge round the last 2 turns. What a buckle this is in trial 4. Off the last bend now, kicking on. Good Hermes has gone on by a length or more and up towards the line. Has shot into a 2.5 length lead. A good stamina, staying performance there from Good Hermes, and is going all the way around to the drop with that 5 length cushion. Again, a really nice put together trial there. With good, 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 flashing out the boxes, moving wide. Good Hermes showing good back straight pace, getting to the front and kicking away in the closing stages. Both August 23, differently bred. Ballymac Bolger, Tremora champion is Romantic Dano, and won a trial at Cork just the other day in a 29 dead. And Steady Up Bob has been in an ON3 at Cork, but got knocked about in the early stages. So Hare runs for trial 5. And away we go. Fairly level break here. Up on the outside, showing pace now is Steady Up Bob, but up on the inner, holding firm is Romantic Dano, who now goes on. Romantic Dano kicks into a 2.5 length lead at the halfway stage. Down the back straight, Romantic Dano is steering a middle course here, and in behind Steady Up Bob can't quite go the gallop along with Romantic Dano, who did that good Cork trial just the other day. Off the last bend again, middle runner. Romantic Dano going on and running away from his rival in the end, staying on nicely. Romantic Dano wins trial 5. And just to let you know that the tractor breaks will be after trial 7 and trial 15.
Be Posh Scout.
The next trial is trial 6. Trap 2 is Echo Buzz. No marks on the card for this sort of Ballymac cash out of Siobhan's Rocket. A November 23, real young raw Greyhound, lot 15. And in 5 we've got Posh Scar, again another unraced, this time by Callaway Pro-Am, so a very new sire. Callaway Pro-Am, of course, trained by Owen McKenna. Went deep in the Derby. Out of Cardi Duke, in October 23, so it's 2 very young, unraced, no marks on their card. Pups in trial 6, and they are now behind the boxes. That's it, they're all locked and loaded. Here comes the hare. Up go the lids. And away and racing. He just went up with the lids there, Eco Buzz. But he's now picked up nicely and showed good pace to grab the lead going into the first turn and set up a 2-length lead coming out the second bend. Posh Scar there just seemed to falter. Now straightening up and now showing good middle gears and starts to close now and looking for a way past at the third turn. It's 2 and 5. Eco Buzz and Posh Scar. Posh Scar now going on and kicking clear here off the last bend. Posh Scar did it nicely, showing signs of greenness at the second bend, but certainly came through and roared away in the closing stages and kept up that gallop all the way around to the drop. Impressive stuff in trial 6.
Result of the 6th trial. Posh Scar beat Eco Buzz by 5 lengths in a time of 30.22. That's 3:022. Next trial. Trial 7, some name that from trap 3, and Jab and Run from trap 5.
Tracks like Toaster and Brighton. So the next trial is trial 7. Some name that is in trap 3, and 5 is Jab and Run. 1 mark on the card for Some Name That. Was beaten by Jab and Run at Shelbourne Park in a trial on the 7th of March. Hare runs then for trial 7. And away we go. And a good break from Jab and Run, who takes them along in the early stages and shows a good deal of early dash and kicks away from Some Name That. Down the back straight. And Jab and Run, middle to wide on the track, and has around about 5, maybe 6 length lead now from Some Name That as they come round the last 2 bends here at Ollerton. Jab and Run galloping on strongly, keeping on nicely. Some Name That has kept on that gallop and maybe closed near the line, so about 4.5 lengths in the end. And looking into the drop, hasn't given up either, has he? And kept on nicely in the closing stages. There will now be a break while the track is regraded. We'll be back with trial 8 and the result of trial 7. Result of trial 7 is first track 5 Jab and Run, won in a 29.99.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Good morning, Kevin. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. That gone? No, is it gone? Oh, can you hear it in front standstill? Not that one. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Gone.
So the next trial is trial 8 following the tractor break, and in track 1 we have Ballandary Luna, lot 19, daughter of Sign It Ace out of Love Queen, November 23 youngster with no marks on her card. Likewise track 4 Ballandary Faye, lot 20. She is by Dramana Bucco out of Droopy's Timing, a December 23 youngster, again no marks on her card. So two very young greyhounds here in opposition in trial 8, and they are now going in the boxes. And the hare runs then for trial 8. Out behind traps. Out away we go, and 4 flashes out the boxes. That's Ballandary Faye going on already 2 lengths clear around the first 2 curves. Trying to pick up now is Ballandary Luna in behind, and closes to within a length and a half at the halfway stage. Down the back straight, Ballandary Faye with this early lead now, but snapping at heels is Ballandary Luna, looking for a way past round the last 2 curves. It's Ballandary Faye still with the advantage. Closing all the while is Ballandary Luna up towards the line. Ballandary Faye kicked and lifted near the line and has now just edged away going round to the drop. A good strong running performance from Ballandary Faye makes all in trial 8. And the result of trial the next trial is trial 9, and in track 3 we have Totally Cool with a few marks on her card. She's March 23, daughter of Ballymac Cash out of String of Pearls, and Dorking Wonder is in box 6, where the hare runs just 1 mark on his card. Gates lift off and racing, and the first to show is the experienced Totally Cool, showing pace though and trying to sweep on by into the turn is the youngster going on. Dorking Wanderer just chopped across the nose of Totally Cool, who had to check the strider round the first and second turns. Down the back straight, Stripes of Dorking Wanderer has a 3-length lead from Totally Cool, who's trying to work back into this trial, and he's closing now coming off the last bend. Here comes Totally Cool, who's going to run away in the closing stages. Dorking Wonder showing early pace, but not quite last in the trip. The youngster there, a son of Romeo Magico out of New in Nitty, April 23, and the experienced Totally Cool showing that guile and tenacity to put this trial to bed, coming off the last bend and kicking round to the drop.
Result of the 9th trial. Totally Cool beat Dorking Wanderer by 8 lengths in a time of 29.94. Trial 10 next. Trap 2 is Sporting Boogie and Trap 5 is Sporting Venus.
And Sporting Venus will now run from the orange of 5. And they are now going in for trial 10. Hare runs then for trial 10. Sporting Boogie in 2. Sporting Venus is in 5. Just went up with the lids there, Sporting Boogie somewhat. It's in trap 3 in actual fact. Sporting Boogie, who's gone on now after just half missing the kick somewhat, but kicks into a 2-length lead down the far side from Sporting Venus. Into the third turn now, Sporting Boogie in the white jacket has edged on now 4-5 lengths clear around the last 2 bends. Sporting Boogie going nicely out in front, pulling clear and winning the trial quite handsomely from Sporting Venus. Result of trial 10 was first trap 3, Sporting Boogie won in a 29.76. .16, and No Woman has got no marks on the card, and she is a litter sister to Redemption Song. Both October 23 pups. Loading up here for trial 11, where the hare is now running. Stand by then. Here's the hare, up go the lids, and we're away and racing. Level break here, early pace though from Redemption Song with that win on the board already. Just ran off a true line there at the first bend, and No Woman cut across and saved a bit of ground, trying to go with her brother down the far side. Redemption Song though has now kicked on He's really taken to this track now after just running off at the first bend, and now look at him scoot round the last two bends. Redemption Song then is pulling clear in the closing stages. Redemption Song going on nicely to score by a wide margin in the end from No Woman, who was second to her brother. So the next trial is trial 12. We've got Litter Sisters here. Trap 3 is Magical Lyra. Trap 5 is Magical Be Brave. Ballymac Cash Out Burgess Sarah, September 23 whelps, and Magical Be Brave has got one mark on her card. She was second in a qualifying trial at Kilkenny, clocking 30.48. Hare runs then for trial 12. And away and racing with Magical Lyra bursting from the boxes, and Magical Be Brave rather missing the start somewhat as we come out the second bend. Magical Lyra then going on by about 4 lengths. Magical Be Brave trying to pick up now and close into the penultimate turn. Round the last two bends, and Magical Lyra only a couple clear now from Magical Be Brave, who's trying to make a bit of a trial of this coming off the last bend. It's 3, Magical Lyra just holding on in the closing stages from Magical Be Brave, who stuck on nicely after rather fluffing her lines at the break, and she's gone on and led to the drop as well. to those trials. Trial 13 then in trap 2 is Good Brody, an unraced son of Ballyhimmakin Jet out of Billy's Diva, June 23, really nicely bred. And trap 5 is Secret Treasure, also no marks on the car for this young bitch, September 23, daughter of Dramana Bucko out of Good Woman. Here we go then. Hare runs for trial 13. And away we go, and a good break from Secret Treasure to lead from the boxes, but early pace now from a Good Brody, who's now going to lead and whip round the first 2 bends and set up a 2-length lead at the halfway stage. Good Brody then going on, extending into the 3rd turn now by around about 4 lengths from Secret Treasure. Just can't go with the pace shown by Good Brody, who's kicking clear coming off the last bend. Good Brody full of running, railing nicely and going on to score quite handsomely by 5 or 6 in the end, and keeping on well round to the pickup. Nice performance. Both these are unraced, both no marks on their card, and a good introduction there from Good Brody. And the result. The next trial is trial 14. Trap 2 is Posh Lass. No marks on her card. She's Callaway Pro-Am out of Facile Vega, October 23. And trap 5 is Posh Rocket, a son of Ballymac Cash Out, November 23. Hare runs then for trial 14. 2 young greyhounds here, and away we go with Posh Rocket living up to his name and flying from the boxes and roaring into the first turn. Lift off there for Posh Rocket, who's already 6 lengths clear, and we're at the halfway stage. Poor old Posh Lass can't go the gallop, set by Posh Rocket. This Ballymac Cash Out progeny has set up a big lead here round the last 2 bends. Posh Rocket from Flagfall went whoosh and up towards the line, will win quite handsomely in the end by a good 8 lengths.
Bowler Rosser and trap 5 Ballina Bowler Lily.
Banner Bowler Lily. She's also got 2 marks on a card, both at Shelbourne, and both finishing in the middle of the pack. She's by common ranking out of Banner Bowler Mia. Again, September 23 though, so 2 young greyhounds here. Both had a couple of races, and the hare now runs for trial 15. Lids rise, and away we go with breaking margin in front there. Banner Bowler Lily into the turn, but now rushing up to challenge is Banner Bowler Rosa, who's just going on. She just moved off out the second bend and took the ground of Banner Bowler Lily as well. But now she's regathered momentum and now tries to switch for a run up on the inside. But still with the lead is Rosa round the last 2 bends. It's Banner Bowler Rosa now pulling away, but again just moving off a true line, coursing the hare somewhat. A middle to wide run of Banner Bowler Rosa, but she's kicked on and done it well in the end, despite moving off wide. Maybe once a wider draw than 2, and you have to say Banner Bowler Lily was rather inconvenienced by those wide running tactics coming out of the second bend. And you are now fully aware of the alteration to trial 16. So just reviewing some of the trials, especially from that second session where Redemption Song was the fastest of the day in trial 11. That's lot 25. Son of Malachi out of Penny Lane Sheba. October 23, who did win at the first time of asking when sent off odds on at Waterford. And when you look at the grading in trials as well, the qualifying trials, he actually trialled behind Azurite, who, as you know, was in the English Derby last year, trained by Peter Cronin. So the form was rather frank there and backed up quite nicely. So that's a good guide for us, in actual fact, for trial 11, lot 25 Redemption Song in that 29.53. The very next trial, Magical Lyra bombed out the boxes, was a nice winner. And to be fair, her sister, after fluffing the lines, that start running really well in the closing stages. So that pair were of note, it has to be said. September 23, Bunny Mac Cash Out Burgess Sarah litter. Sporting Boogie missed the break but showed early pace and grabbed the lead going into the first turn. That clocked to 29.76. And a recent trial also, trial 14, Posh Rocket, blasted from the boxes but showed good early dash with it and won by a wide margin in 29.67. So some decent trials in the middle part of the card, and of course we've been looking at even in the earlier part of the card where it may have been a little bit slower, but Banderi Fay caught the eye and stuck on nicely to win in 29.82 in that early part of the session. And also Easy Nancy looked a nice stayer in the making in trial 3. So there's lots of nice performances, and we hope for a few more in the last session coming up shortly. So next trial is ready for us after that tractor break, trial 16, and don't forget in box 2 now we've got Una Mary, who is moved from lot 4 from an earlier trial into this one after Ladies Man was withdrawn prior to the sale. So lot 4, trap 2 Una Mary, and in 5 we've got Between the Lines, who's a daughter of Broadstram Bono, with 3 marks on her card, and she was second runner-up last time out to Lockstep at Dundalk, and that was in a 400-yard sprint. And she's running a 0-2 at Dundalk as well on her debut as well. Maybe not quite seeing out the trip. We'll see. We'll see. Wave the flag and the hare runs then for trial 16. And away we go. On the outside is Between the Lines to lead early doors and rushed into the turn now and sets up a 2-3 length lead, showing good acceleration there Between the Lines, and kicking on now down the back straight from Una Mary, who's around about 5 lengths in second spot now, going round the third and fourth bends. It's Between the Lines, a bit more experience, and now rushing on, coming off the last bend now, Between the Lines with a big lead. Between the Lines was impressive there, set up an early dash to the bend, set up a big lead, and has kept on nicely. Saw the trip out really well there, so maybe the 500 metres is his trip. Broadstram Bono, after all, does throw stamina laden greyhounds. So Between the Lines, she's done it nicely. June 23, youngish greyhound with 3 marks on a card prior to today, wins trial 16. And the result of in Spiral, so she's moving from the next trial that would have been into this trial here in 3, and Crikey will now run from trap 6 and not 5 as advertised. So that's the alterations for trial 17. The next trial has been cancelled as Bitview Bella has been withdrawn from the sale, and of course Inspiral will run in this one, and then we'll move on to what originally was trial 21 will now be trial 18 after this. So just a couple of alterations in the next few lots. Trial 17, hare runs, Inspiral in 3 and Crikey in 6. And away we go, and Inspiral has come out nicely, just shifted off a little bit, now straightens up and goes into the turn with a narrow advantage from Crikey up on the outside, who's now coming through to challenge. As Crikey now just edging on at the halfway stage, showing good middle gears here and kicking into a length and a half advantage from Inspiral. After that good start, it's just hit a bit of a flat spot. Now looking to stay, coming off the last bend. Could be closest. It's Crikey all out now from Inspiral, who's closing with every stride, but didn't quite get there. And after the line, Inspiral has gone on and just about led at the drop.
Result of trial 17. Crikey beat Inspiral by a short head of time 29.86. Next trial, trap 1 Too Much Chat and trap 4 Clover Hill White.
And I've seen on today's card. And away we go. Comes flying out the boxes, Too Much Chat from Clover Hill Wild, who's now trying to pick up a challenge. They just collide there around the first couple of curves. And Too Much Chat, it is the youngster that goes on by a length and a half now. Clover Hill Wild, I think, is looking for the same ground. Maybe wants to be drawn nearer the rails and is now looking for a way past, but is meeting Too Much Chat on the bends. Too Much Chat kicks again and goes into a 2.5 length lead coming off the last turn. It's Too Much Chat extending away in the closing stages. And Clover Hill Wild, who was happier, I think, on the rails, back in second.
Beat trap 4 Clover Hill Wild by 4 lengths. Winner's time 29.68. Next is a 2-dog trial, trap 2 Easy Texas, trap 5 Marina's Bubble.
Next trial is trial 19. Trap 2 is Easy Texas in 2. Marina's Bubble in 5. And the hare runs. And away we go. And the first to show is Easy Texas, who shows early dash into the turn and grabs a 4-length lead already around the first 2 bends. Easy Texas then picking up nicely and accelerating away. Easy Texas, a son of Ballyhimmock and Jet, has gone into a 8-length lead now around the last 2 bends from Marina's Bubble, who just couldn't live with the early gallop set by Easy Texas, who's bounding clear in the closing stages and has won this quite handsomely. Easy Texas, yes sir. An emphatic win there. Just 1 mark on the card as well. October 23 puppy. Black and white son of Ballyhimmock in Jet out of Gaytime Nina. Last seen at Shelbourne in a 29.81 and a very, very impressive trial here at Sheffield. So Easy Texas wins trial 19 in a 29. Next trial is trial 20. Trap 3 is Ballinderry Buck, who's the son of Silent Ace, Ada Love Queen, November 23 whelp. And Mr. Fitbit, son of Grangeview 10, September 23 puppy. And the hare is on the move. 4 trial 20. And we're off and racing. And Mr. Fitbit, he's in a hurry here and has already set up a 2-length lead. Round the first couple of turns, he cuts across on the bend, and he's gone on now, saving ground and 4 lengths clear from Ballinderry Buck, who was caught a little bit flat-footed at Trap Rise. And Mr. Fitbit has around about a 4-length lead now. Going round bends 3 to 4. Mr. Fitbit, he is around about 3 lengths clear now. Ballinderry Buck is trying to close now with every stride and up towards the line. Mr. Fitbit sees it out by a couple from Ballinderry Buck, who picks up nicely and has kept on well round to the pickup. 2 nice young greyhounds there in trial 20. Time 29.52. So Mr. Fitbit, fastest of the day. Next trial, trial 21. We've got Droopy's Dribble in trap 2 and Droopy's Academy in trap 5. Droopy's Dribble is a daughter of Ballyhimmock and Jet, October 23. And a Droopy's Sydney, Droopy's Sweet, breeding for Droopy's Academy. Away we go, and it's the first to show. Dribble up on the inside going on from trap 2, has a length lead, just ran off there and caused Droopy's Academy a couple of problems round the crown of the turn, down the back straight, and it's Droopy's Dribble with the lead. Droopy's Academy trying to gather momentum now and launch a challenge round the last 2 turns, and now he's on the shoulder of the last bend. Droopy's Academy is trying to get to grips with Droopy's Dribble, and now does so, and now bounds on to glory and goes on 2 lengths clear. It's Droopy's Academy, really nicely bred, and has kept on well to win this trial after encountering a little bit of bother round the first 2 turns. Good trial there for trial 21. Academy beats Dribble. So a nice trial there for Droopy's Academy, who's a repeat mating of the Callaway Kinnegar Derby finalist. we turn the page to the final trial of the day. Trial 22 is Bookie's Dream in 2, who's a daughter of Sign It Ace. Had to get away with it, April 23. Just had one mark on the card at Shelburne. And De Vista, who we saw at the Oxford Sales, actually beat Huey Wheels on that occasion, as I recall. And has since won an S3 at Dundalk last time out. So, final trial of the day. Hare runs. And away we go. And it's Bookie's Dream up on the inside with a narrow advantage from De Vista, who's wide on the track, very wide in fact, out the second bend. And down the back straight, De Vista now has quickened on. Showed acceleration coming out that second turn to hit the front and now have around about a 3-length advantage round the last 2 bends. De Vista it is with a 4-5 length lead from Bookie's Dream, who can't go with the pace shown by De Vista. De Vista wins quite handsomely in the end, leading coming out of the second turn. Wide runner as well.
Could I please have all the vendors to the kennels, please, for a vet inspection? All the vendors to the kennels now, please, for a vet inspection of all sales greyhounds. Just a notice for all patrons, Trial 8, Ballinaderi Faye run from Trap 1 and Ballinaderi Luna run from Trap 4, not as advertised on the sales as Ballinaderi and Luna in Trap 1 and Faye in 4. So Faye run from Trap 1 and Luna run from Trap 4.